What is up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, we have the first ever 187 diecast review on the channel. I think this is the first one we've ever done. It is Chase Elliott's 2019 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet Camaro. Really cool diecast, so let's see how well it did. I have not done a 187 diecast review yet. We're going to go ahead and check it out. Let's see. Alright, fellas, so kind of a mini blast from the past, even though it's only been about 6 years, but this was a very popular thing around 2018, 2019, maybe a little bit of early 2020, and it was NASCAR Authentic's 187 diecasts. And it was a controversial thing for the NASCAR diecast community. You had people who loved these things, and you had people who really despised these things. I'm not going to lie, I was on the fence of I don't like them, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not really a 187 diecast guy. However, I got some of the mystery bags. Shout out to Circle B Diecast. They sent some. I checked them out, opened them up, and I realized how much fun they are to open them up because they give you a little sticker and they're really fun to open up. So we're gonna do a diecast review on it, and we're gonna be checking this one out. So the 187 scale diecast, they're made of diecast metal. I'll show it real quick. You can see there's 2 rivets. It's actual metal. There's no plastic windows. It's basically a giant metal car with no cutouts for the windows. They put a black decal to show where the windows are, which is kind of a throwback to maybe some of the 1990s and late 1980s diecasts where they actually used to have blacked out windows. So you go to the front of the car here, you can actually see it looks like glitter. Let me zoom in a little bit more. I'm trying to do this diecast review like a 164, but I'm forgetting we're doing a 187 diecast, so everything's got to be a little bit more zoomed in. Anyways, you can see the glitter effect all over the car. This was something that plagued the 2018 and 2019 Chase Elliott releases, unfortunately. They fixed it for 2020, but for whatever reason, they woke up and said, you know what, let's take the most popular driver's paint scheme and dump glitter all over it. There is a difference between a metallic paint job and glitter. A lot of people did not like it, myself included. I'm just going to keep it real, but that's the way it was made. Let's get Napa right there on the hood. Go to the front of the diecast. It is a generic mold. So this is basically very similar to a 2013 to 2017 Chevrolet Cup car, or nowadays the Chevy Arca cars as of 2025. So it's a generic mold. There's no true manufacturer branding, but what I will say though, out of all of the paint schemes, or I say paint schemes, but the diecast body shapes, it's really similar, in my honest opinion, to kind of the Toyota from 2024. I don't know why, but I saw a Supra. I have a Supra one. It's the Jeffrey Earnhardt IK9 car. And the way the decals are on it, it reminds me so much of the 2024 Toyota Camry, the new one, the Hammerhead style one. But it's definitely closer to the 2013 to 17 Chevrolet. It's got number 9 right there, Edelbrock Moog. Got Snowkill on both sides of it. Go to the left side of the diecast. And again, I'm trying to do this diecast review like a 164, but I'm forgetting it's it's a 187 diecast. So forgive me if the camera quality is not the best. Go to the left side of the car, you can really see that pearl white paint job, and that's kind of that's one of the good things about the Sparkle, is that over the white paint, it looks really good. Definitely a pearl white paint job. Love that. I just don't like it on top of like the 9 decal or the Napa decal. Then it looks goofy. Like if it was only on the blue and the white, that's it. It would look great. But when it's on top of the Napa Auto Parts decal, it just kind of looks a little goofy to me. Not gonna lie. It's got Mountain Dew right there. Got NASCAR, or I was going to say NASCAR Cup Series, but this was a year before they was officially called the NASCAR Cup Series. Got Mechanics Worth 3M, Goodyear. Chase Elliott, Kelly Blue Book. Valvoline, Napa Auto Parts. Got a hair that apparently is clear coated. That's cool. Got your B-post decal, and you can see kind of the side view of the windows and how it's just one solid metal piece. Like this is not something that pushes in like a normal 164. It is all just a metal dome, if you will. Go to the back end of the diecast. Now this looks a ton like the Super Speedway packages. If you remember, in the late Gen 6 era, I don't think they do it in Gen 7 anymore. But anyways, they have a side skirt that would go down underneath the rear bumper and rear quarter panels of the car for the plate package. It's not a perfect match, but if you kind of look at it with a squint, it definitely reminds you of their Talladega and Daytona cars from those years. The Camaro decal is so low on it, though. That decal would not be that low on the actual plate cars. That'd be raised up. Got the number 9, Valvoline Napa know-how. To the right side of the diecast. And, you know, the 187s, they were not meant to be taken seriously. They were kind of like a novelty thing. I really like the idea with the mystery diecast to it, how you have no idea what you're going to get. You know, you buy the little blind bags and you open them up, and it's just really, really cool. I love that. At the time when they were actually new and in the stores, I remember seeing them. I didn't buy any of them. I did not buy a single 187 diecast the entire time they were out. So I was not a fan of them. I would be lying if I said I was. I just wasn't a fan of them. The quality just, it was not something to be taken seriously is what I'm trying to say. Like the 164s, like, let me just show one. Like, I take the 164s seriously, right? The 187s are more or less kind of a novelty, and I didn't really look at them that way. But that's kind of what they were. They were like a novelty, something you would just buy for the, you know, for poops and giggles, basically. And I look back at it in kind of that light, and I realized, you know what, they weren't that bad at all. I really wish they would bring back the mystery bags, but instead of it being 187 scale, I think 164 scale. The reason why, well, one, I'm a 164 scale collector, but I think it would actually be a lot more successful than the 187s. As I mentioned before, 187 diecast, for whatever reason, they've had pretty much a controversial opinion in the NASCAR diecast community. You have people who love them, right? And then you have people who can't stand them. That's why they've only been made every few years. Like, try to find a 187 scale 2011 diecast. I don't think they made a single one. They made some in the COT era. They made some in the Gen 7 or Gen 6 era. They made some in the Gen 4 era. But they were never consistent. So it was, you either loved them or you didn't. It's just, there's really no in between. Go to the top of the diecast here, you have the Napa know-how. The wheels actually roll pretty well for a 187 diecast. You got Napa auto parts. One cool thing about the 187s, if you were doing a really small diecast stop motion, these would be perfect for it. You could really use these. Or if you had like a board game, you could use this as like a little token, you know? You could use this like, I don't know if they would fit on a Monopoly board, but you could, you know what I'm saying? So these are more of, kind of looked at a little bit more like a whimsical diecast rather than a serious diecast. There was a board game. I don't remember the name of it, but it was like late 1990s, right? It was like a NASCAR oval board game. It was one of my favorite board games ever. And I think it was 1999 because it had like Kenny Wallace and Mike Skinner, Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt. Anyways, this would have been perfect for it because you could play it with these little plastic cars that were like 187 size, right? And you would move your car across it. You would roll a dice. It was really cool. I would actually play it with 164 scale cars, but if you have, you know, an actual 187, that would fit perfectly on that game board. So you got the little sticker here, which is the number 9, mimicking the paint scheme, which I think is, yeah, the A-B pillar region there. But yeah, these little stickers, again, it's not meant to be really taken seriously, just a little whimsical thing. I think they're pretty cool looking back at them, but when they were new, I was not a fan of them, which is why this is the first time I'm ever doing a 187 diecast review here in 2025. So thank you all for watching the video. Have a blessed one. Let me know what y'all think about these 187 scale diecasts. Again, they made them since like the 80s and the 90s. It's just they weren't always making every paint scheme, and they would make them for a few years, take a few years off, come back, X, Y, and Z. So it's had a really interesting history, a lot of inconsistency, but do I think they'll come back? I think eventually they will. Who knows when? They might be more like a keychain type of thing. They might make them as like a legit diecast you order online. Who knows what the future holds? But I don't think this is the last time they'll ever be made, though. That's all for now. Diecastbuffet signing off.